Hello, hello, most esteemed viewers. Yes, I am using headphones. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and welcome to the first episode of my playthrough of the only Frankenstein adaptation that I actually like. So, just some background. So, as the day I'm recording this on October 30th, 2020, which is a year after the first year after, like exactly the 1 year anniversary of this game's release. I bought it a week later, and then I played it over a couple of weeks. I'm hopefully going to do it quicker this time. And I loved it. And this is one of the only... I think I already mentioned this, but if I haven't, I've already forgotten. But this is one of the only adaptations of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein that I actually like. It does change things a lot, because any adaptation changes stuff, but it captures the themes and the essence of Mary Shelley's work. So let's begin. Also, this is going to be really sad, because Frankenstein's a tragedy more than it is a horror story. So I remember a strong light pressing it. Okay. So I think in the book, I don't think these are quotes from the book, but it's been a while since I read it. But I do remember in the book, he describes himself as kind of just like not understanding his surroundings and whatnot. And this beginning really captures that well. Yeah, so this game's gorgeous. Also, I love how even the text looks like the text from Frankenstein. Let's see here. And so yeah, so right now we're kind of confused about where we are, and yeah, and just for the record, esteemed viewers, I am one of those people who is like, it's Frankenstein's monster, not Frankenstein. But I don't really care about that. I care more about the fact that, a lot of the power has been lost. In one of my, what's it called? Videos on the Last Door, I talked about how Hollywood kind of ruined, they take away, early Hollywood, because of its moral, like, hang-ups, had a lot of, didn't really, early Hollywood, because of its hiccups, kind of stripped away a lot of the nuance in these old stories. I guess back then they were much newer, but still pretty old. For instance, I watched a version of Jekyll and Hyde that kind of has the opposite point. Jekyll and Hyde is about social norms and how just completely rejecting them can be bad, but also, it's a nuanced take on social norms and whatnot. Because also, when you completely succumb to them, that can be harmful. And the original, and so it's this kind of interesting and complicated thing. And, the Jekyll and one of the first Jekyll and Hyde movies that I watched was like, no, he should have, he shouldn't. It was all bad, and he should have conformed to everything. Where it's like, yeah, no, that's not the point. And it's not just not the point. It's not just like they're going with something in a new direction, but it's actively working against what made the original interesting. Yeah. So right now we're going around, and so I think this is a mild spoiler for this game, but you actually end up coming back here, and it's all filled in and colorful. So again, this is not how the novel starts. The novel actually starts with someone who is not Frankenstein or the monster. There's a kind of a nesting doll narrative. So you start off with the guy who is not Frankenstein, and he's like, and he meets Frankenstein, and Frankenstein's like, okay, I see too much of myself in you. I'm gonna. In the original text, in the 1818 text, he's like, okay, before you keep going, you're gonna need to learn this and then make a decision. And in the other text, Mary Shelley kind of went into George Lucas and was like, I don't like what this original version says, and she wrote it so it was more. It wasn't just him urging caution, but him being like, oh, woe is me, you're doing this, because Frankenstein, making the monster isn't the problem. The problem is treating the monster like a piece of crap for his whole life, That's something I kind of touched on a bit in one of the Night in the Woods videos. Basically the idea is, I've heard people say, like, oh, well, you can't excuse his actions, and I agree, and it's weird because, on the one hand, I am a consequentialist, so I do believe in judging people on their actions, not their intentions, but I'm also kind of like, look, he's good, he starts off as good, and literally nobody else shows him any kindness, so no, that doesn't make it okay, but it's also kind of like, well, what were you expecting? So gradually he starts to come into a greater understanding of the world. So again, this is not a strictly accurate in the sense of, like, it captures every moment in the story, but it captures the broad strokes, and more importantly, it captures the themes and the emotions it evokes and whatnot. Yeah. The only other adaptation of Frankenstein I really liked was the National Theater live version I watched. Here. Hold on. Gotta see that again. The one I watched was the version with Benedict Cumberbatch as the monster. Hold on. Okay. Alrighty. It's interesting because this almost feels like a very childish activity, which kind of makes sense when you see the monster as basically a big newborn baby. Oh, crap. Alright, I messed that one up. It's interesting. Controlling this game kind of feels like Spiral Knights. Move the mouse in the direction you want to go and click. But I didn't remember it as that. Here, can I just click to move? I can. So that's interesting. All right, what do you got for me, tree? All right, one more time. This is actually surprisingly hard for me. Maybe I just have no self-confidence. Both of those are true, I guess. Oh, this game's so pretty! Look at it! Look at this! It's pretty! I love saturated colors. There's a scene in the play that's not actually in the book, but I really liked it, because again, it captures the, it captures the feeling of the... It captures the... Not just the feeling, but the yes, the feeling, but also there. Anyway, there's a scene where he like sees the stars for the first time, and it's right after a bunch of humans treated him like crap for the first time, and he's like, he like it tries to reach for them, and he like shouts in this like exhilaration. It's beautiful. Oh man, I love this game. The game also has a multiple endings and some choices, especially later on. Later on, it starts to diverge more from the starts to emerge, starts to diverge more from the book, especially when you get to the endings. But you also have what was I gonna say? Oh my gosh, this game looks so good. And oh, ugh. It's interesting because on the one hand you're like, don't eat that, but then you're playing as the monster and you don't. Ugh. So yeah, there's different choices, but they all kind of resonate with the themes, and some of them actually like go into some of like what people actually wanted in the story. We'll get to that eventually. Come on, I gotta explore some more. So that deer ran away. Can I follow it? I guess not. Here. Is there anything else? Owie! What was it? Freaking snakes. Interesting how there's a snake. You know, this game, obviously Frankenstein is very associated with Eden imagery. Let's see here. Alright. I think it's time for a rest. I remain immersed in my thoughts. Was I destined to remain confined to this corner of nature? Or was there a wider world? There is a wider world, but you don't know what. You haven't seen it. It's into violence, filling the air. Oh, it's a snake and the deer. Intervene. Must protect deer. Go away. Shoo. Be gone with you, snake. Oh, this game looks so pretty. So pretty. This game actually, I think, does a really good job of capturing the feelings, you know, evoked by, Can I eat this again? Okay, good, he's learned. Actually, I want to see if I can eat the berries again. Looks like they're gone. Do I have to decide whether to rest again or not? Nope. What else do I have to say, esteemed viewers? Yeah, so I think it's bugs. It really bothers me that there are some people who just think of Frankenstein's monster. You know, they probably know of the Frankenstein's the doctor, but I don't think they know that the monster was like really smart and really kind, and is only and like turns to just be evil by the world. You know. This is another part I think that it's in the book. I think there are it seems like kids aren't as afraid of the monster as the parents, which is interesting because normally we associate kids with like having a revulsion, but that kind of makes sense to me. I don't know. Hominess. I think that's humans. Thought to be small creatures. These strange small creatures. Kicking this steer. I mean, this is Frankenstein's monster is one of the earliest like kind of robotic characters. You know, I think this is one of the reasons I resonated so much with Frankenstein. Is it wasn't just for a similar reason why I resonated with like the likes of Data in Star Trek. Like, it's not. I also love that you can't understand them. Okay. Obviously people aren't repulsed by the side of me, but sometimes I did feel like this weird outsider, growing up, being on the spectrum and whatnot. But yeah, and he is kind of a I don't really understand, he kind of reminds me of Data in some ways. Yeah, and then everyone's like, Nuggo, get it away, This is one of the OG humans are the real monsters stories, Because Frankenstein's monster starts out as easily the most sympathetic, character in the book, and he doesn't get any kindness from anyone. Well, that's not entirely true, but you'll see. And I do find considering what this is originally like, the idea of the villagers going and in the idea of the villagers going and I think the angry mob is actually portrayed. I need to watch. Okay, to be fair, I have not seen the Boris Karloff Frankenstein or whatever, so I probably should have done that before I started to do this video. But whatever. The monster is it kind of just feels bad, and kind of gross that the having if the villagers of the mob like the angry mob that goes and punishes Frankenstein for his crimes of science, and kills the monster. If that's what happens, that's pretty I don't know. I think that's pretty gross. So I think retaliate would be like throw the stones back at them, which I would argue is also entirely justified in this setting, in this circumstance, but also might not be the most helpful. Yeah. So yeah, if that is how, and again, that's kind of think what I've absorbed by osmosis. You know, the villagers go and they punish Frankenstein for his crimes against God and nature because those are the same thing, and you know they die, and they kill the monster and put an end to it, you know, and doesn't that, I mean, does that seem weird? That's gross, right? That feels gross if you consider it's in the context of the original novel. Yeah. Monster. So this is also kind of a who is the monster and who is the man? You know, this is kind of the original that. I mean, I also really like Hunchback of Notre Dame, so for similar reasons. Yeah. And, oh boy. And here we get the shed. So, how far am I in this? All right, 20 minutes. I'm planning on going for like the first hour. This game's about like I finished this game for the first time somewhere between like 2.5 and 3 hours. It's not that long, but it was definitely worth it. And I'm playing it again, you know, and I'm very glad about that. Yeah. So if you've read the book, I think you know what this is. If you haven't, Familia. So is this Latin, or is this like just Latin sounding, or are they, or are they, or is it like Italian or something? Chance led me to this cottage. Main caution decided to observe its inhabitants. So I'm gonna try and go for a different ending than the one I got last time I played this, but I might not end up like that. I mean, look at this game. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You know, it's funny, the theme of monsterhood is actually a common thing in these types of stories, which might be, again, one of the reasons why I like it, because I'm not physically you know, disabled, you know, I don't physically look, you know, I'm not physically deformed in a way that society sees as bad. You know, I'm not. You know what I mean. But I do behave in ways that are seen as freakish and weird and whatnot. Especially in my younger years when I didn't really understand. So this whole idea of this story is really powerful. It kind of reminds me of what Lindsay Ellis said about Phantom of the Opera, because where basically, according to her, I haven't read the original novel or seen the show or anything, but according to her, the original Phantom of the Opera, you know, it ends with the author like lamenting the fact, you know, basically saying that that Eric, I think his name is, or the Phantom, you know, basically ends with him saying like that he was a bad person. He was definitely a monster, but he wasn't born a monster, and the reason he was a monster is because of his actions, and he wouldn't have done the things that he did if society had treated him better. So I think she put it best when she said like, It's a pretty nuanced take for such a for a it's a very nuanced take for this type of for a Edwardian melodrama. Yeah. So yeah. The question is, will they ever actually accept you? Oh man, I'm feeling like my heart feels like it hurts. You know, not obviously like physically. I don't have, as far as I'm aware, I don't have any heart problems or whatever. But you know, mental, emotionally. Yeah. Aha, book. It's Paradise Lost. I'm calling it. I think. Not 100% sure. I need to finish Paradise Lost. Yeah, I am a fan of knowledge. Knowledge is good. Knowledge is its own reward. Oh, it's so pretty and so... The music is so good and everything's awesome. I'm not a fan of Game of the Year stuff. Partially because... most of the games I play didn't actually come out the year that I play them. I usually wait a couple years until they're on sale and whatnot. But this game would definitely be. I would definitely list this game as my game of the year for last year. Winter is coming. Winter is coming, and with it the White Walkers. No longer hiring. So I love it. Now we get little glimpses of what they're doing. I actually wonder if those look kind of like Norse runes or something. I wonder if there's a meaning behind these symbols or if they're just, random. Either way, I think it works, but I'm curious. Rabbit. So we gotta lure him into a trap. Gotta chase him in there. Gotcha! Felix is like, what are you talking about, dude? Nothing to do with me. He's like, no, I literally have no idea where that dead rabbit came from. He's not God. He's Paradise Lost Satan. And now I'm contractually obligated to mention that Satan was originally the Satan. And that means, he was a prosecuting figure, not technically an attorney, but he was a prosecuting angel in the court of heaven whose job was to challenge God. He was a devil's advocate, not the devil. Arts, writers, painters, and musicians. All good things. All good things. And now it's winter. It is now the winter. Well, I'm in like 8 foot tall, hulking, brilliant beast whose only crime is being ugly, so I can help. So now he's like, "Hey, I have something that they said they had." For some reason, I thought there was going to be something that there was going to be in the book. He finds like Paradise Lost, and I love it how overly sarcastic production. Whoa, I love what overly sarcastic production said about it, basically being oh crap. Like someone just happens to drop a bunch of thematically resonant books nearby. Here we go. Alright, now I gotta get out of here. Coincidences like that don't bother me. I can kind of understand why other people would bother. They would bother other people, but they don't bother me. It's not God, it's him. It's not God who's protecting you. It's, again, the devil figure. Like in the book, he literally compares himself to Satan from Paradise Lost. And Satan is the protagonist of Paradise Lost. Sometimes this music kind of reminds me of Journey. Time spring had arrived. I knew all about mankind's knowledge and language. That was fast. He is a genius, though. Which is one thing I don't have in common with him. It wasn't the Lord. Alright, gotta get rid of them crows. Shoo, crows, shoo. Move. Get away from there. Stop eating their food. They're gonna starve. Can you find some berries or something to eat? I don't know what crows eat. I kind of would have loved it if they'd been ravens. And if one of them was just randomly like, nevermore, nevermore. I do love the ambiguity in Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven about, like, it could honestly just be a raven that has been taught, because ravens can actually talk in real life. So it's like, they could be a raven. It could just be a raven that says nevermore over and over, because that's the only thing it's been taught to say. Or it could be a raven who actually is intelligent and responding. Or the guy could just be going crazy, because it is an Edgar Allan Poe story. Yeah. I really don't like Mary Shelley's changes. The 30, like, again, because she doesn't really change it. Like, she says that it's changed. She says it's like, oh, it was cartoon from the start, but she didn't actually change the plot. And it's like, no, it wasn't. Like, you immediately abandoned your science baby, Victor. Like, and he could have done so much good for humanity if humanity had just given him a chance, you know? Playing on the cello. Oh, this part. This is easier than Night in the Woods. Which is good. I just remembered about a game-breaking bug that I found and reported, and it got fixed when I first played this game. I'll point that out when I get to where it was. So this guy's blind, in case it wasn't obvious. A wretch. I don't got a name. Yeah. It was last summer. Went through the village on the edge of the forest. Those are all basically the same thing. Yeah, I've been spying on you for a year. He actually, in the play I watched, he actually ends up having with more of a relationship with this guy. Like, the guy actually teaches him stuff. And in the book and in this game, he's basically just like, hey, help me, please. You're blind, so you can't see how ugly I am, you know? Like, help me. And he's like, okay. And then they come back. Spoilers. Well, he's pretty trusting. I mean, it is the truth, so... I'll help you eat, and, I'll do all the things I've already been doing for you for free for a year. Yeah, if I wanted you dead, I would have already killed you by now, you know? Lost at night in the woods. There's nothing to say. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. Jump out the window! Jump out the window! Oh. I mean, you no harm. the devil, kind of. Again, I was created to make an explicit parallel with Satan in Paradise Lost. And it's funny because I can't remember if it's like this in the book, but in the play I watched, the old man is like, dude, what the crap? And they're like, we saved you. And he's like, no! What are you doing? Prodigium. I think that's like offspring. That's why the coolness in my throat was dry. Is this fear? Yeah, probably. Also, you can get thirsty in the winter. Or spring, I guess. In the cold. You can't get thirsty even if it's cold. Whoa! I think that's supposed to be his face, like his reflection. There's tears. Ah, shoot. Take a screenshot. That might be the thumbnail if YouTube doesn't generate a better one. My soul did not recognize this grotesque mask. Aww. So in the book, I think this is how long have I been going for? Yeah, 40 minutes. I think that's enough for today, or, well, for right now. I might record some more later today. If you haven't played this game, go out and buy it, because it's really good. And even if you watch my whole series, you can still make different choices, like I did. Main menu. Yeah, so thank you for watching, esteemed viewers. I'm definitely going to keep playing this. Let's see. So if you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to see more and want to get notified, subscribe and ring the bell. If you have any thoughts, leave a comment. Let's see. If you want to see more of my thoughts on whatever and on movies, my Twitter and Letterboxd are in the description. There should be some more videos on the screen right about now. So thank you for watching, most esteemed viewers. I have been Jekyllstein Gray, and I'll see you another time for more of the Wanderer-Frankenstein's creature. Bye-bye. Hello again, most esteemed viewers. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and today we are doing part 2 of the Wanderer-Frankenstein's creature. Yeah! Finally! It's been over a week. I know. Alright, we're gonna continue. I have heard some complaints about the start button, just starting a new game and being above the continue button and being I can see that. I agree with that. Okay, I love this scene. I mentioned it earlier. Well, no, I didn't. We saw it earlier. look at this. Well, one, it's really pretty, obviously. But this game's always really pretty. So, but it also conveys the feeling of traveling a really long distance, in a way that does not involve, just like a map screen or whatever, or, you know, just telling you. Also, I have been to Tuscany, and I have been to the Alps, and this does at least make me feel like I'm going from the Alps down into the Italian countryside. A vast garden. So this part is not in the book, but I like it because it's, you know, thematically relevant. And it fits the emotions of the work. So, that being said, all right. For a second, I thought it was frozen. I like kind of like the grainy, staticky look. I love this game, esteemed viewers. This was easily the best game of 2019 that I played. Then again, I didn't play a lot of games that came out in 2019 because I always kind of play a few years behind. Not always. Again, I bought this game like as soon as I found out about it. So here we got a statue garden. And let's see here. We got some heads. Let's see. Oh, this game is so pretty. It just is so pretty, esteemed viewers. I think I talked a lot about, you know, I love the design of the creature. You kind of have to imagine what he looks like for yourself, like in the books. One thing I don't... Okay, I think I have to move over here. Right, alright. Yeah, I've played this game before, so I know what I'm thinking a couple steps ahead than where I think I'm supposed to be thinking. Turn stone into flesh. Uh-oh, he's gonna not get the metaphor. Like Pygmalion, I decided to make a statue who I would make my companion. I actually wrote a Frankenstein-like play in high school that was about a living statue. Ironically, I hadn't even heard of Pygmalion. What is this? A tail? Or a leg? Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to switch it out. Need another leg. Oh man, out of context, that would be such a weird statement. Place. Nope. That's not gonna work either. So there's a Medusa head, it looks like. There's an arm, a discus arm. There's another arm. So many arms. It's like Ammon up in here. Oh man, that's a joke that only TBMs and ex-Mormons are gonna get, and I doubt very many TBMs are watching my channel. But actually, I know for a fact that some are. Some friends of mine, or at least I assume they are TBMs. Anyway, TBM, for those who don't know, stands for True Believing Mormon. I might explain later someday. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. Once again, I want to stress that this part is not in the book. Again, not because that makes it bad, but just please don't write like a book report on my playthrough of this game and talk about this. Although, do recommend this game. Sure, this game needs more people need to at least know about it. Then again, I can think about that for a lot of games. Medusa head. I like that idea. So this is a fool's errand. This is a quest doomed to failure. Yeah, that's what I like. You kind of have to make a hodgepodge, like what Victor Frankenstein did. Also, there are a lot of clear Greek references here, or maybe Roman in this case, since this is in Tuscany. But you got Medusa heads, and you got like satyr legs, and yeah, exactly. Let's see. And I kind of like the idea of just not trying to make it, just like being like, whatever. You know, again, he doesn't care. He just wants a friend. Like, yeah. He can't. Well, I mean, he can embrace it, but this feels a bit press F to pay respects-y, but it also, oh, I forgot about this. But it also, is there for a reason, you know, I mean, I've talked about press F to pay respects before, in even the ocean video. I mean, yeah, it can, but not like that, unfortunately. No, I mean, not like, I mean, I guess AI is theoretically possible, but not stone beings. Watch this, like, tomorrow they figure out that you can make stone alive somehow. Let's see here. So, yeah. Again, we're getting more to the point. You know, the beginning where he wakes up and he goes and explores and interacts with nature and gets chased out of the village and the stuff with the family, that's all pretty book accurate. But then it starts to diverge more and more. But again, what makes this work and what makes me like it is that it summitatum. Again, I'm not sure if this is just supposed to be Latin sounding words or if this is actually Latin or what. But it captures, again, it's about the themes. It captures the themes and the emotions as well. Also, I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, but I didn't realize that I didn't realize that Clerval isn't in this game until a friend, I haven't met them in real life, but a Steam friend pointed it out in their review. So yeah, good observation, Volucrus the Swift. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. Okay, this looks like Journey, like a split mountain with the light. Of course, it's not gonna end as like Journey. Oh, I need to play Journey for this show. Not right now though. I don't think it would work well on this computer. Cold mountain air intoxicated me. Deus. Alright, that is Latin, I know. That's Latin for God, basically. So you got the ruins of an abbey. Kind of has some Ozymandias vibes of crumbling, you know, once crumbling glory. I remember getting stuck on this part. I can't remember how, though. Mary, Mother of God. I mean, it's interesting because imagine if you had never heard of any of this before. Like, that's what the monster is going through. Once you are ready. Let's see here. Oh wow, that was a bit of clipping. So this is actually like the first screenshot I took of, like first Steam screenshot I took. And I'm actually gonna take another one because I don't know if I can download my Steam one. All right, there we go. And I don't know, it evokes the famous painting of, you know, I don't think it's actually supposed to be of Frankenstein, but it gets used a lot of someone who's like looking out over the over like a bunch of mountains and whatnot. So it's about Easter basically. Some of them are, I love it how they capture the monsters, you know, tone with color. Oh. Let's see here. Miraculously, this organ still works. Alrighty. Let's see. E, F, G, H, J, K. So, H, J. Ah! Oh, is it K? Whew. Ah! Let's see. Whew. This is kind of a weird finger setup. Let's see. So D is the... Just gotta, yeah, okay. I pressed J. Sorry, esteemed viewers. What the? Oh, it was L. Dang. What the? Oh yeah, H. There we go. I actually, even though I'm an atheist, I still do really like a lot of church music. There's just this, I guess, weight and grandeur there that that a lot of games lack. Oh yeah, so we have this kind of mausoleum or tomb thing. Yeah, so here we got a Byzantine-looking sculpture down here. Obviously it's the big J. Do I have to uncover the rest of the sculpture? Yeah. Man, Byzantine's mosaic and whatnot is amazing. Although it's, well, it might be Byzantine because it is Italy. They might have, I don't know, stolen it from Byzantium or something. I don't know. Can I gotta straighten the cross, you know, fix everything up. It's interesting how he knows to straighten the cross, and not just, like, you know, it's not the way it's supposed to be. Let's pick this flower. Let's see here. Oh, think you have to put the flower on the stone. The graveyard. So there's this interesting dualism in this scene, you know. You start off, everything's nice and happy, you know, it's church, you know, salvation for your soul, all that good stuff. And then you get on the other, you go underneath it, and then you come out the other side, and it's a graveyard, and you have to, again, there's this kind of dualism in emotions that's there in the book too. You know, the book has these, like, you know, nature's so cool, look at all the nature, and then it's like, and everything is, and then there's also again, it kind of oscillates between romanticism and the gothic, you know, or between, you know, the sublime and like a dark version of the sublime. It's like Dark Link, but for the sublime, I guess. Let's see. As you share my suffering, you also share my consolation. Oh. So you gotta take these black flowers and put them here. I'm trying to think of how far I'm gonna get in this game. Hey, don't have to go into the mausoleum. Maybe to the festival? I can't remember. It's been like almost exactly a year. I think I played this on November. I bought this and started playing it on like November 7th. Alright, so just, I wish there was some narration about why he didn't go. But not a big deal. I think I started playing this game on November, like, 7th or 6th? Maybe 6th of 2019, so a year before I recorded this. There's a book of anything. What is your choice? I think I did this one last time, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to choose this one this time. I'm going to try and make different choices than I did last time so I can see different endings. Okay, so I have to... Religion of joy or sacrifice? Sacrifice in the name of good, maybe. Not just a sacrifice for the leaders of the church, you know. Aware of my good deeds. Yeah, I mean, he at least hasn't done anything bad. So yeah, this doesn't seem familiar. Most of this, at least I have a vague recollection of. This doesn't seem familiar. Yeah. Violence is only acceptable when it's absolutely necessary. That's at least my opinion. I was convinced of it, my human brothers would gladly welcome me. Oh no. So apparently they're still going here, even though it's in ruins. I don't know. Ruins are cool though. I've talked about the aesthetic value of them before. If you haven't seen the video, I can't remember which video I talked about it in, but in one of them I was like, ruins are basically a combination of the natural and the artificial. You know, they make these stone structures that are all nice and orderly, and they're made by humans, and then it starts to weather, and it starts to, and it weathers in an unpredictable way, because weather in nature is unpredictable. And then there's, and then you get plants. And also, you know, I just like old things, and studying history and all that. So there's that. Okay, when they said Brotherhood, I just thought of Assassin's Creed. Yeah, no. Like the games are like the games could not be more different. So now there's a mist. Oh, he was hiding there. Oh, now I'm thinking of Life of Brian. Oh no. Oh man, that scarecrow got me. No! Why? You freaking cowards. Hypocrites. Like, why won't you hear him out? Let's see here. So yeah, this is one of those things that I don't think is associated with Frankenstein in the modern age, but it's definitely, like, if you've read the book, this feels very Frankenstein-y. Yeah, nature's a nice way to distract from your sorrow. Is that a cave? Can I go in there? Oh, I want to go in the cave. 0 out of 10. Worst game. No. Let's see. Oh, man. Blackstone, yeah. Come on down to London town, cogs they creak and the piston. Again, my apologies to Miracle Sound for ruining his song. Yeah, so what's this? Monster still at large. I mean, sure, if terrorizing means walking up to someone and scaring them for reasons beyond your control, then I guess he's terrorizing them. Alright, this is one interesting area where it departs from the book that I don't dislike because it doesn't really change much, but he's not a doctor in the original book. He's like a college dropout, but it's also not, I don't know, that bad. Yeah, and there wasn't any so yeah, he puts two and two together. Also, it's interesting how father is capitalized, even after he rejects the idea that he's God's creature. So here, this was the very beginning of the game. So I think let's see, how Originem. How long is this going? 20 minutes? Yeah, so I'm going to probably wrap up pretty soon. There's actually one spot I had in mind, but I can't remember. There's a lot of things I remember here that I don't remember the order of. Terrible secrets behind the steel door. No, he does. Well, now he does, because humanity was mean to him. Like, not just like a couple humans, like literally everyone who could even see him attacked him. Like, what? Why? So, apparently they didn't try to open this safe. To mankind's woe, I dreamt of being God's equal. So obviously he doesn't. This isn't in the book. So it's got Ovid. This is probably going to get demonetized and restricted because YouTube is stupid. Took the upward path. Oh, Orpheus. Oh man, Hades. Okay. Wait for me. Okay, this would be more. I don't know. I love Hadestown, esteemed viewers. It's a sad song, but we sing it anyway. But, you know, that could apply to both Frankenstein and Hadestown. Romeo and Juliet. So yeah, Romeo, this is... I'm not even going to try and... I don't know. I'm not a big Shakespeare guy. Oh, I gotta click on these. And they... So yeah, I don't know. Shakespeare never... Part of it is that... You know, Romanticism is kind of hard to read. Romantic literature and, you know, and stuff. But you can, it's pretty understandable. It's pretty easy to make sense of. Shakespeare can be great. I mean, I love a lot of, Shakespeare's stories are really good. I think that the prose is, it's good that it's preserved, but it can also be, like, really hard to read. I don't know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. So, oh wait. No, Henry is technically in this game. So Don Juan is in the reference to Lord Byron, who was a friend of the Shelleys, and who I'm also not a huge fan of. So Henry Clerval is his friend. I didn't know that he was in there. Henry Clerval, let's just say Victor Frankenstein does not deserve Henry Clerval as a friend. So Don Juan was I don't think Lord Byron came up with him. I think it's like some legendary figure. Pygmalion. That's especially a cruel irony. Oh wow. I forgot that you can move without. Let's see, what's this? This is Romeo and Juliet, just making sure. What's down here? So yeah, Clerval does not, Paradise Lost, Adam and Eve. So yeah, so Satan is definitely the protagonist of Paradise Lost. And the monster is kind of a more like Satan, or I should say the devil, because, you know, as I mentioned before, Satan is not the same thing as the Satan, because the Satan is a prosecuting figure, like a devil's advocate, not a devil in the court of heaven. At least that's what he originally was. Strength entire and free will armed. So, yeah. Interesting. This seems actually more of a happier, you know, the world was before, you know, because it's the beginning. It's not... The Garden of Eden is a weird story. So they don't actually end up getting married in the book, although they might not get married here either. Let's see. Tristan and Isolde. I have no idea who these people are. Do you know, esteemed viewers? Let me know in the comments if you know. Also, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing Isolde right. Let's see. Yeah, Penelope and one of the only classical romantic couples that actually ends up well. Also, you know, Victor is a jerk who doesn't even write for like years, I think. And people, and when he's getting letters where people are like, dude, okay, this was an inspiration, I think, on Frankenstein. It's like, yeah, Victor's a jerk. And that's the problem. It's not the fact that he took over God's job. It's the fact that he didn't know how to... He didn't think through the ethical implications of what he was doing. He just saw his science child and was like, gross, and then ran away. And abandoned him, basically. So, I do like how they don't, like, explicitly mention, or at least not that I can remember, not as far as I've gotten, that he's been here before. This is, yeah, those guys, the only couple here I don't recognize. But it's pretty obvious when you think about it that this is where he was created. I think he was created right through this door. What do I, presumed to being God's equal. So there's only one couple that really fits that description. I think I had to look this up. I don't think I was clicking on stuff or thinking through it, but it's really obvious now. What was I going to say? Alright. So that's weird how I can... wait, there's spaces that are open. Huh. Let's see. Alright, Adam and Eve. There we go. Because they ate the fruit to know good and evil, and for some reason that led to them getting kicked out of paradise. So we get this lantern. Oh, right, because went through the door in here. What was I... There's something I wanted to mention before. There was something... What was it? Let's see. Anyway. I'll mention it if I come back to it. Paradise Lost. The Satan? No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. If there was something that if there was something that if there was something that, like, if it was obvious I was going to say something and then I just stopped saying it and I forgot about it, let me know in the comments and I will address it in the next video of this. Oh, he didn't know. I mean, that's what we all are. Yeah. Yeah, he unlocked the secret of life, but he didn't think about the wretch. It's interesting how he calls Frankenstein the wretch, because that's what he refers to himself in the book. Yeah. It's interesting how he says it's horrible, but obviously there's a juxtaposition between this and the Pygmalion example. Interesting how he calls it horrible, but still goes through with it. I guess it is something the monster kind of does in the book, late towards the end. Let's see. Activate. Yeah. Pull the lever. Oh, wait. So I pulled the lever. I actually pulled the lever last time, so that's why I didn't do it this time. What was I gonna say? I did decide to activate it, and I'm actually not gonna say. If you want to know, you should play this game for yourself. I'm actually not gonna say what happens. It's unexpected, but obvious, kind of in hindsight. Mine isn't sick. It's the same thing. It's interesting how these look like wind. It looks like there's like a natural force that's driving him somewhere. I don't know. I'm probably reading too much into that. But, yeah. So, alright, yeah. I think we're about to get off here. Let's see. Took an abandoned bow. Yeah. Alright. Let's see here. So, this looks different than when I made the other choice. I wonder if it had any effect. Alright, it took me forever to figure out how to do this. I'll get to that next time. Alright, so thank you for watching, esteemed viewers. I'm really enjoying this series, and I hope that you do too. If you like the video, give it a like. If you want to get notified when I do the part 3, which will probably be the last one, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. There should be some more videos on screen now or in a bit. I'm not 100% sure. Be sure to... I already said comment and subscribe, right? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the prompts I mentioned, on the things I asked to hear about, or anything else. Yeah, so, let me think. All those help with the algorithm, so I'd really appreciate it. You share this video with anyone you like it. There should be a link to the game and the Twitter and Letterboxd in the description. Let me think. I think that is everything. Alright, esteemed viewers, I'll see you. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye. Hello again, most esteemed viewers. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and welcome to what is probably going to be the final episode of my series on the Wanderer-Frankenstein's creature. And why? What's happening with... Why is my taskbar just constantly on now? Anyway, I can deal with it. I don't think it's recording it. Yeah, no. Okay. I will say before I'm done, I wish there were more accessibility options here. Yeah. So anyway, we're not gonna press that. That's the other minor nitpick. So, this part actually, I actually remember having to ask ask the Steam forums how to do this part. Also, I think it was like it's supposed to be sunset at this time. I thought you just had to sit and watch. I didn't know you had to like make the wind blow here. No ties or affections. Any of the infinite solitude. Oof. That sucks. It's rough, buddy. Only Victor had the power. Oh, only Victor had the power to create a being in my image. Yeah. Yeah, so... also, we're about to get to the part where I first encountered North Cape appeared in the morning mist. The North Cape, where is that? I don't know. I might look it up afterwards. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this island would find my father and implore his pity. So, so this segment I actually found a game-breaking bug. That I reported and later got fixed. Greetings, stranger from the mainland. So again, this part's not actually in the book, at least not that I can remember. And I think I would remember this. But again, it's not really a big deal. Let me just get the audio. I don't know. Alright, it is. I am very, so yeah, she thinks it's a mask. Yeah, so... Flying fish. So yeah, it's not bad that this isn't in the book. Again, it fits the tone and the themes and all that. It's just something worth noting if you have not read the book. Festum. Flautist. So this segment is interesting. I mean, it's technically different. You know, I mean, there's these big I guess the village was kind of like this too. I think there's various side activities you can take part in. You don't have to do. You sign up at the stand. Okay, stand man. Do what? Couple with the best costume. Sure. Onto the stage we go. Aww. What? Screw you guys. What the what? What is this? This is horrible. this? I mean, I know that we've thoroughly shown how... Oh, I'm supposed to talk with this lady. I know that we've thoroughly shown how crappy people are and superficial and all that, or can be or whatever in this game. But even that... What the crap? Like, she's the same height as the other people. What? Okay. Let's see. Gotta find the flautist. But before we do that, I wanna... Whoa! How's the frame rate doing? It's doing fine. Okay. Alrighty. Ah! Convenient. I wonder if you could play this game with a controller. You probably could. I've recently just figured out how to use big picture mode, so I've been doing a lot of that. Why was there no sound there? Die, Dory! That's terrible, I know. But look, that fish looked like Dory. Hey, flautist. I think this guy's the flautist. Alright. So these actually indicate the order I think you have to do this in. So, I think we gotta go yellow first. Alright, so we got yellow, then green, where is the yellow guy? Oh, there he is. Okay. Green and blue. Onward! Wow, this is the most disorganized procession I have ever seen. Let's see. And then orange. So is the flying fish, like, is this a thing in real life? If not, it's, you know, it's fine too, but I'm wondering if, like, people worship flying fishes in real life before we go. Let's see. Need the purple one. Wow, the procession has finally mastered how to form a line. Man, I am just nitpicking the heck out of this game today. Can't remember where the purple fish is. Also, you know, got an adaptive soundtrack going on here. I mean, I guess that was probably obvious. There you are. Wow, you are very committed to your role. Congratulations, stranger. People happy despite their faces. Yeah. But they're gonna take them off eventually. Honestly, can't remember the details of the bug I encountered. It had something to do with... Oh no. Oh, is this it? But they... Alright, we're gonna actually go to the main menu. Oh no. Oh, for crying out loud! I thought they fixed this. Well, sorry about this, Steam viewers. We're gonna try and... Let's see, I guess we can try different dialogue options. Oh shoot, I think I already... I don't think I made that. I think I made that dialogue choice last time. Oh well. So yeah, I actually, like, they patched it. I remember that they patched it, and I did not have that problem anymore. So, I don't know what happened. Yeah, we so we're just gonna do the procession. I know you're waiting for the flautist. Not a costume. Yeah, I know. Is the implication that he's drunk? I don't know. Yeah. I know! Wait, is it? But you just started following, and it's your first on the... Yeah, I am! You're the second color! I really, like... I don't understand what's going on. Okay, that was my bad. Why is it giving me those lines? Honestly, it's kind of a testament to how much I liked this game that I even kept playing after this point. I encountered a bug in Wanderer-Song, and I haven't gone back. I do plan to go back to it eventually. but and I loved Wandersong up to that point, and I never again, and I do want to go back, especially since they probably fixed it since I last played it. But yeah, I still played this game. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see. Make sure my fingers are in the right place. This is actually kind of a strange setup. Ah! That's the wrong one, too. There we go. That went surprisingly well for me. Dang it, I missed that. So it is better. Like, I remember restarting this segment several times to try and finish it, and this only took one time, and it worked. So oh wait, I think what do I have to do to leave? I can't remember that part. This actually does a really good job of simulating or giving the illusion of a large crowd. You know, crowds in games are something. I'm drawing from spoiler warnings video. One of theirs on Hitman Absolution. I can't remember which one. But their video on Hitman Absolution talked about, you know, one of the few things they praised about the game was how the crowds actually felt like crowds, which is a really hard thing to do in games. And obviously, this game had a smaller, like, this is easier to simulate than a fully 3D rendered, you know, much closer to the ground camera angle, but this also had a much smaller dev team and budget, so, yeah. Yeah. Where did she go? That was weird. So yeah, in retrospect, I think I just made a beeline for her because she looks different than everyone else, and she is also, supposed to be, like, she's also set up at the beginning and all that. But it's still weird how they, like, boo you until you make the right choice. I don't know. Again, it could be setting up how, stupid and superficial this, society is. Or, well, not just society, but humans in general. It's funny because on the one hand it kind of seems misanthropic, and I'm not a fan of misanthropic media. On the other hand, this doesn't seem like to condemn humans as a whole, but like human society and how it treats outsiders. Yeah. The adaptation of oh shoot. I didn't mean to do that. The adaptation of Frankenstein, the play adaptation, the filmed play adaptation of Frankenstein that I watched actually had a plot point that's not in this game and not in the book either, where Elizabeth, like, one, knows the monster exists, and two is, is actually sympathetic and willing to be nice to him after he actually does horrible things. But by then, he's, like, so far gone. Again? Freaking A. That he's like, nah, I'm good. Because, again, when all you show someone is heinous behavior and fear and rejection and all that, like, that's what they're going to take, you know, and that's how they're going to respond. And this isn't an argument of, like, nurture over nature, because his nature is unbelievably kind and decent. But people are still shaped by their upbringing. I'm actually really curious as to the cause of the bug in this festival. And the bugs in general. It's weird because, as you've seen, the rest of the game does not have this problem. Like it's like this area in particular is pretty bugged. Again, not irreconcilably, but it's a weird outlier. So I can't remember what I have to do to leave, and I don't remember any specific, like, imagery or whatever, but I think, like, I do feel like I had this problem before. You know, and I'm nitpicking because that's kind of what you're supposed to do, I guess, when you're a YouTuber, and also because these things stand out. But I just gotta reiterate, I love this game overall. Let's see. Can't remember. Let's see. Okay. To be clear, it is really understandable, not necessarily good, but understandable to have a feeling of revulsion, you know, on looking upon his face. But, like, at a certain point, you have to, like, calm, you know, like, he's like, clearly, especially in situations like this where they're like, oh, it's just a mask, and then it's not a mask, but you can't. You have to be like, well, there's no, you have to be like, Mons. At a certain point, you have to acknowledge that, like, that situation is, you know, it's unto anyway. Can't remember what choices I made here last time. Airless Keeper of the Winds. I mean, these... I don't think the book mentions Aeolus, but the book is full of... I mean, its subtitles is... for the first time, the subtitle... I mean, for Pete's sake, the subtitle for this... The book is the Modern Prometheus. Oh, snap. I want to see if there's two options. No, there's not. Okay. I mean, that's a nice sentiment, but it's most of the time not a... Oh, he didn't even know they were wearing masks. He's more than worthy. You're the bench. Yeah. Okay, out of context, this is pretty gaslighty. It's interesting how there's a it's interesting, one, how you don't really see it, and you can also just like piece out of there. I think I made this choice last time. If I ever do the replays, I might try catching up with her. So this is like a section of the book, but it's at this point in the book, it's very different. Again, not a bad thing. Scriptum. Again, I still don't know if these are like, if this is just straight up Latin or if this is just Latin sounding. So there's a pretty crucial choice coming up that I'm gonna make a deliberate different one. Yeah. Oh man, Victor is a coward. What's interesting is the book is all from Victor's perspective. Even the monster side of the story is framed as Victor recounting the monster, telling it to him. Which tells the question: is the story told poorly? I actually started like a month ago, more than a month ago, and I haven't finished a book called Hide, which is basically muddies the waters. It tells it's kind of a Gregory Maguire type retelling of Jekyll and Hyde, but from Hyde's perspective, and it blurs the lines a bunch of who's actually the good one and who's actually evil. So yeah. Yeah. Again, I know what it's like to think you're unworthy of love and whatnot. I still, on some level, think that, but not to this extent. Not nearly. This is one of the reasons why I identify with the monster. Is I feel he's like my experiences and my emotions that are just blown up to 100 to 11. Couldn't remember this. Oh. So this is like the dark side. This is like the dark Madeline. I've recently started playing Celeste. I'll probably do a series on it for my second playthrough. So this, I don't think this was part of the. This is giving me some serious Journey vibes. If you finish Journey, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's see. So, I don't think the choice I made was different. I think. Maybe not. This kind of feels like it's familiar, but I don't know. Third time's a charm, I guess. Come on. Wow, I can't even move. Oh, is he gonna die here? Knocking on the door. Oh, no. Interesting. Where's Victor Frankenstein? What do you want from him? answers. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. The ending I got was very different from this. Interesting. So this is Mary Shelley. Yep. This is fascinating. Again, I had completely different ending. I don't know that feeling, unfortunately. It's a sad song, and yet we sing it anyway. Interesting. I think there were like 3 different endings. Accept your fate or erase yourself. Interesting. Holy crap, I like this game even more now. I didn't think that was possible. So we got a blizzard. Interesting having the player play as a character and the author just like talking to the player, because that is kind of the relationship. I mean, the relationship between the author and the reader is really complicated, at least philosophically, but it's even more complicated when the reader has some sort of power over the text. But there is some. You could make the argument that in these types of games we're playing as something like the monster. I can't move anymore, I don't think. Alright, no I can. But also, Silentium. Presidiantium. I don't know. So he's waiting for the ship that Victor's on, I think. Interesting. Holy cow. I really liked that. And this is all different. This is like, I didn't see any of it. I didn't know this existed. This is really interesting. Yeah. I think he follows me on Twitter, or at least he's liked some of these people have liked tweets I've made about this game, which is cool. So, Wanderer-Frankenstein's Creature. I'm a big fan. I really like it. I'm probably going to play it again for the channel at some point, and hopefully, if there are free endings, hopefully you can get the last one. Let's see. It's interesting how I'm not going to spoil the ending I got, because I kind of want you to go play this game for yourself if you're interested. The first ending I got was not meta commentary, if I remember right, like, at all. Yeah, in general, I'm not a fan of meta commentary works, but I think this works because well, one, it's about the specific story. It's not just, this is this vague stuff. It's like, this is about Mary Shelley and Frankenstein's monster. Yeah. Interesting. Again, part of me is like, oh, there's a Switch version. I did not know that, but that's cool. Let's see. Narrative consulting. Interesting. Yay, QA people! You're the unsung heroes. Eco partners. Is that any relation to Eco or not? Cosplay. Oh, wow. Alright. So, yeah, it was the Wanderer-Frankenstein's Creature. As always, if you like the video, give it a like. If you want to get notified of all my future content, please subscribe and ring the bell. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Go listen to Hadestown. That's where, if you didn't know, that's what I was referencing when I said it's a sad song, but we sing it anyway. Check out the game. I'll put a link to this game in the description. Please go buy it. I would, if you are at all interested, I would very much like to see this get more love because it deserves it. Love to hear your thoughts in the comments. All those things help with the algorithm, which would help this game get more exposure, and it helps me, so I would really appreciate it. Some more videos should be up on screen. I already said links to the game and Twitter and Letterboxd in the description. Share this video with anyone you think would like it, although if you haven't shared the first two, you should probably share those first. Anyway, esteemed viewers, I've been Jekyllstein Gray. I actually finished a game for the channel, which I'm not doing as often as I should be, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.